Good morning, and thanks for joining The Real Z-Man. Johnny Manziel gave an interview recently that talked about the stadium cop that intentionally bumped two players and subsequently got removed from the game. Johnny tried to justify his actions in an interview. He started out with, "I think we're just a little frustrated in the first half." He breaks off that run, runs out of the tunnel. Okay, the players in the football game ran out of the tunnel, and that's frustrating for him. Then he moves on to, "Around here, partner, we protect this house. We paid a lot of money for this house." And the house he means is the stadium. The stadium, kind of a reference to the big house on a plantation as well, honestly, in my opinion. Next thing, "Get out of my tunnel, boy. Get back on the field. Get out of my tunnel, boy." That is just amazing. Anyone would use that type of language in this day and age. Get out of my house, boy. Get back on the field. On the field or in the field? If I've ever seen a cotton picking reference, that's it right there. This is the modern day attitude of people like him. And then he moves on to, so he gave him a little something, let him know what's up. To be honest, do a little something that knows what's up. You know what that means? He got a whipping. He got a little bit of a discipline, just like you would to a field worker that came in the house. To be honest, it didn't give us much of a spark. So he's really unhappy about it because, if it had fired up the crowd, it might have been worth it, but it really didn't fire up the crowd. He would have expected that it would. Then he moves on to justifying the entire school. The majority of the time, you don't see a lot of that from A&M people, which is a lie. There is a lot of racism at Texas A&M, and anyone that goes to Texas A&M knows this. And then he downplays it even more, says it's a small gesture, and that, of course, in the day and age we live in, and TV and recorded blasted everywhere, so this thing would have never got caught if all these pesky cameras hadn't caught it. And nobody would care unless it was being forced down our throats. Then he goes back to, "I'm sure the guy obviously feels sorry about it." So he's going to make apologies for the guy. The guy hasn't even apologized. He's going to make apologies for him. So, look to this guy for the master class of how racists justify their behavior. This guy is a closeted racist that just came out. I wish they would all do this more, because I tell you, this guy should not have any position of authority. He shouldn't represent any brands. He shouldn't be allowed children. He shouldn't be allowed public speaking engagements or anything, because he is an outright racist. And if you read this article and dissect it yourself, you'll see that. Time to cancel this guy. Johnny Manziel, you're finished. Thanks for listening.